All right, welcome back to Turnbull Garage. So today, while the Mach 1 is officially hibernating, I do have something I want to do on this car over the winter. And there's two things I don't like about this car. If you watched my video when I first got it, the only thing I didn't like was the key fob. I thought it was quite big. But the other thing I've come to not like on this car is actually the steering wheel. The factory steering wheel in this car is just, I don't like the feel. I find it to be very boring for a car that's as cool as this car is in my mind. So with that said, I'm going to be doing a custom steering wheel. So let's get this cover pulled back, disconnect the battery, and then we can remove the airbag, pull the steering wheel off, and I'm actually taking this somewhere far, far away to get it done. Okay, so what you do to get this airbag out, I use an Allen wrench with a flat end, not a ball nose. And there's a little hole in the side here. It's a bit tricky. I'll show you what you're doing once I get this off. But there's a little bar that you find, you can feel it, and then you push it, and it should there we go. That's one. There we go. All right. All right, with that out, there's looks like 3 plugs here. One's for the, I believe, the horn. And then these little ones here, you'll pop these little orange things up. Might have to get a pick. Yeah, I gotta get a pick. Small screwdriver, actually. And we'll just pry these little orange locking things here. Pop them up, and once those are up, the plug should come right out. There we go, there's one, and there's the other, and there's your airbag. So with the airbag out, I can show you what is happening when you push your Allen wrench in or whatever you use. What you're doing is you are pushing on that little bar there, which undoes, that was the clicking you were hearing, was that thing slipping off. So you got to push that in and it releases the airbag on both sides. So anyway, next thing to do is there's a plug here to disconnect and then this one bolt. Now the one thing you want to make sure is your wheel is centered. It's pretty easy though because the steering wheel's got a hex, so you need to be 60 degrees out if you didn't have the steering wheel on. So get your steering wheel straight. One thing you want to make sure you do is you don't mess with the clock spring. So you can see it's just a hex that it goes on. It's not tapered or anything, so the steering wheel pops off easy. And just I'm keeping the connector at the top where I had it because that's where my clock spring was. So anyway, that's it. Let's dismantle the steering wheel now. All right, the next thing to do is dismantle the steering wheel. Take all the controls and everything off, so it's just the bare steering wheel. So it is, use a T20 Torx. Now these things, when you do these back up, make sure you do not do these very tight. They go into plastic, and it's not very strong. It's pretty easy to strip these. All right, with all those screws out, the first thing we got to do, I think, is actually remove these plastic pieces here. Is there a screw on there? Oh yeah, there's screws on there. They didn't have those on my last one that I remember anyway. So let's take these off as well. Here we go. There you go. And then once you get these out, they're a little plugged. Unplug them. Just lift it up a bit, work that inside, and it pops up quite easy. At least it did on the other side. There we go. Once you get those two out, there's another couple of screws to remove the next set of buttons. There we go. Yeah, that plug is really tight. Not a lot of leeway there to get this out, and you got to get in there with your little screwdriver and just pull the tab, and then the plug will pop out like that. I forgot one more thing. This other chrome piece has got to come off, and it's just go in there and pop it. It's just held on basically one little tab right there snaps in, so that comes out easy. Okay, there we go. Let's get this thing to Arizona. All right, fast forward a couple of days. Welcome to Scottsdale, Arizona. I'm heading to a shop called Steering Wheel Art and to go see Adrian. And we're going to talk about steering wheels and what they're going to do for me for my steering wheel. So this should be interesting. We're going to tour his shop and see what he's got to offer. Okay, coming into Steering Wheel Art. This is their location here in Scottsdale, Arizona. Some beautiful cars on display. And just walking over here, they've got some examples of some of the steering wheels that they do, custom steering wheels, all the different leathers, perforated leathers, all different colors, Alcantara leather. I am going with orange leather on mine. Let's go see Adrian. I think he's got my wheel. I just dropped it off, my steering wheel, brought it with me from Canada, and he's already starting to do something on it here. This is Adrian. He's not the strongest in English, but very nice man. And he's got my Mach 1 steering wheel on here, and he's going to do this for me and have this done in time for me to fly back to Canada. I'm going to pick it up actually at Barrett-Jackson in a few days. And Saturday, yeah. So that is awesome. So this is the little workshop where they work on it here. Yeah, very excellent. Adrian, super nice guy. I'm going with orange stitching. It's going to be orange leather here and Alcantara the rest of the way around. So the orange stitching should really set it off and make the steering wheel very nice.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, he's already on it. I just come all the way from Canada and he comes and just gets right to work. Exact knife on my steering wheel, probably the most scariest things I've seen. I trust Adrian.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm with Adrian. He's got the wheel. Let's have a look. Was it easy?
Yeah, very easy.
Was it easy? I won't lie, I had a sneak peek, but I wanted to have Adrian open it up to have a look. And that is beautiful. Look at the orange stitching is beautiful. Wow, that is beautiful work, Adrian. My God, and the orange, it does look good.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah. Wow. You happy with it?
Yeah. Okay.
Beautiful. Wow. Yeah, that is nice. That Alcantara. Wow. That is so much nicer than the factory wheel, eh? The factory steering wheel was boring. Okay, let's fast forward a couple of days. Back from Arizona. Adrian there, as you saw, made this wheel. It's beautiful. And now it's time to reassemble this. I'm going to try to have a bit of a better camera angle. It was so bad before. But put this wheel back together here on the bench and then install it on the car. We'll do a quick time lapse. Okay, so there you have it. The buttons are all back in. It's a bit of a pain, but you know what? When you put it back together, you'll be fine. But these are the two screws. You got to be pretty careful. They're in plastic. I think the rest of them are in this aluminum frame. They're not too bad, but those ones you got to be careful not to over tighten. Anyway, let's go quickly put this in the car. Okay, so back in the car. The important thing is that when you feed these wires through your steering wheel, that you don't spin this clock spring around. You'll wreck it, and that won't be cheap. So I'm just going to feed these in to the center part of the steering wheel here, and then carefully just line that up. It's really not too difficult, like that there. Then you take your nut. I already got my impact here, so I'll start it by hand and then hit it with the impact. It is a 24 millimeter. So once you got that on, the next thing is to make this main plug off your steering wheel into your clock spring. It should just You won't be able to see it on camera, but you get the idea. There we go, that's in there. This one here connects to your steering wheel, or sorry, your airbag. There's one here for your heater. Plugs in down below. Now we'll get our airbag here. Of course, my battery's still disconnected from when I put this together. They're color coordinated to get a black and a yellow one. So you've got a black and a yellow connector. They can really only go on one way. Push the connector in, push your little yellow button in, or orange button. And then got one more connector right here. I think that's for your horn. There we go. And then all you do is line up your airbag and push it in. There we go. Steering wheel is installed. So there you have it. That's what I've got to look at now with my steering wheel. I love the stitching. Just sets off the car so nice. So anyway, there you go. Okay, so that's pretty much going to do it for this video. I got another sort of custom touch done on this car that I'm pretty happy with. So that steering wheel, while I really did want to have an orange stripe like the GT350, I was told by Adrian that in order to maintain the heated steering wheel, he couldn't do that. He would lose the heated steering if he was going to do that. He could do it. I didn't want to lose the heated steering capability. Not that I use it much, but I just didn't want to ruin that part of the car. But anyway, I'm happy with it. You can see that orange through the windshield. Looks kind of cool. And of course that Alcantara feel is beautiful. I look forward to the spring when I can take this out of hibernation and actually drive the car and feel that. And more importantly, when I go to my next track event. Who knows where that will be. But yeah, next year definitely hitting the track. But that, of course, was down at Barrett-Jackson where I got that all done. And speaking of Barrett-Jackson, I do have another video. I'm editing it right now. That'll be coming out very soon to just capture all of Barrett-Jackson. It was different this time, first time fall event, but they did set a new all-time record of $4.25 million for a car. Yeah, watch that video. It's pretty cool. You'll have to wait for that. But that's pretty much going to do it. Thoughts and comments down below. And hey, if you haven't subscribed, think about doing so. I'd like to get those numbers up and let me know what you guys want to see. I know K-Trucks is a big one. I'm trying to get some projects going there. But for now, it's Mach 1 stuff. Thanks a lot for watching. Have yourself a great day.